Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing really well. My name is Julian and today we will look into the story of the now so popular librarian, Mrs. Harper. So after months of working hard and learning SQL, which is also known as SQL, Mrs. Harper's library is thriving. It is popular among people in his hometown and people from all over the town love her well-organized digital catalog. So one day she receives a fantastic news. Her library has become so popular that it has been granted funding to expand its collection and services. Mrs. Harper is extremely happy with this news. She is thrilled about the funding and decides to use part of it to add exciting books to her collection. She looks at the new piles of books and says, it's time to add these treasures to the database. But typing them manually? No way. So she digs into the detail of the sequel and she finds a way to do it without doing it manually. So she comes across the insert statement in SQL. So the insert statement in SQL can be used for making entries into this database. For understanding it better, let's try to go through the syntax of how we neighbor insert statement. So for making an insert statement, we write the keyword insert, then into, and then we specify the table name. And then we specify the columns that we want to add. So we can have column 1, column 2, column 3, and so on. And then we specify values. And after values, we specify the values that we want to enter for the corresponding columns that we have entered after table name. So this is one way of making an insert command where we are specifying the columns that we want to add. But let's just say we want to add entry for every column that is present inside the table. So for doing that, we can skip on specifying the columns. So after table name, we can skip on specifying the column names. So we can do insert into table name and then the values that we want to put. So we specify the keyword values and then we specify the values that we want to add. So one thing that we need to take care of is that the order of the values, it should be similar to the table that we have created. It is usually better to specify the columns explicitly to avoid errors in case the table structure changes in future. So Mrs. Harper uses the first approach to add books to her collection, ensuring that she specifies the exact column. So let's try to understand why we use these two methods. So specifying columns actually gives us the flexibility to avoid errors and work well with large data sets. Without specifying columns, it is definitely quicker for us to update when the table structure is stable and well